Thank you, Luke, and thank you, Jack, earlier. My name is Frank Rodriguez, and I'm the Director of Business Development and Sales for Tektelic in North America. A little bit of background on myself. I've only been with Tektelic for just less than a year, but in the industry, I've been around industrial IoT and IoT applications back 20 years with Verizon. So Verizon was my 20-year long career. I went to work for Sierra Wireless, which is now Semtech, which, as you know, manufactures a lot of LoRaWAN devices, and also worked for Cradlepoint, which is now Ericsson. That's just kind of my background. What um, what I'm going to talk about in the next few slides is why Tektelic is unique in the space, on the LoRaWAN gateway manufacturing space, more specifically. And I'm going to be highlighting features and functionality that really set us apart from the industry. If we can go to the next slide. So, what are the key design principles that really sets Tektelic apart? I know Jack earlier spoke about some of these, but I just want to hammer down on a couple. Again, when you take in the first block, low deployment and operating costs, when you take a package that you're deploying in over 10 years, the cost of deploying a LoRaWAN gateway infrastructure with devices represents 5% of the overall cost, and that's over a 10-year period. The second design principle that is really stands out is we design all our gateways to be what we call carrier grade. We want them to operate and to have the best performance. We want them to be reliable, and we want them to have a really long life. So again, as Luke spoke to earlier, Jack, those are kind of the real design principles that are different and unique in the space. The third block is portfolio diversity. If you look at our portfolio, and I'm going to show you a slide in a moment, we have a gateway that fits just about every unique case you may have, that would match appropriately to whatever the case is in that scenario. And this is unique in this space. There's really no other competitors that have a unique and diverse portfolio like Tektelic has. And then finally, we all know proprietary platforms are probably everybody's steering away from. We're an open system. We will talk to any device in any LNS as well as having our own LNS to offer. But again, we're an open platform from a forward end and back end. And next slide. Okay, this is a really a testament to our uniqueness. We have a lot of devices, gateways to offer customers. On the top left, the top row represents our IP67 or rugged devices. They come in Mega, the Mega EX, which is our hazardous certified Mega, which I'll highlight in a moment. The Macro, which is a middle of the road device. And I'm going to be talking in a little while about the Kona Macro EX version, which is our new product. And then one other device that's gotten a lot of attention is our integrated solar panel cellular gateway, and that's the Kona Photon. The bottom row, bottom left, are two unique devices or custom. Again, we will work with customers who have a specific need and develop something around that. And so we're not afraid to walk away from some projects like that. Enterprise is a lower end version, and the bottom right two are our indoor versions. So if you have a solution that requires indoor, we have that as well. So again, when I say we have the most diverse portfolio, it's pretty evident. Okay, this slide just kind of talks about how we have devices that will gateways that will work in any environment. We design them to last forever. So in mountainous scenarios, you see there one encased in ice and snow. Whether it's along the coast, we have designed our gateways to be salt fog tolerant. Obviously, you know, corrosion can really end the life of a gateway. We design them to not be except not able to survive to be able to survive those environments. If you'll notice, all the glands, the connector glands, are on the bottom. That is one of the reasons why they're there. Is we don't want any condensation, moisture residing on the top, causing premature failure of the gateway. As far as diverse density, cities, there are really dense environments, and we design features and functionality into our gateways to overcome some of that. And of course, extreme temperature swings in deserts. You know, when you look at how we design our gateways, we want them to last 10 years in the field, but it's not unheard of having we have a 15-year mean time before failure of gateways. We want you to be able to remote manage these devices with our platform, do software updates, upgrades. Those are all functionality that come with a Tektelic gateway. Next slide. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about our Kona Mega EX. This is our flagship gateway. This is a Class 2 Division Zone 2 rated. It's the first of the kind in its marketplace. You can see on the right, it's a all-aluminum enclosure. It supports up to 64 channels of connectivity. And why that's important is it's able to connect to literally thousands of devices in that area. So it has a lot of capacity. It has a third bullet I want to really stress. It has a integrated active bandpass filter. And why this is important is we're able to block out all of the RF frequency that has nothing to do with LoRa. So we're able to have a clean signal delivered to your gateway and able to provide excellent communication in the field. It's IP67 rated, as I mentioned earlier. Built-in lightning protection. Now, this is something that most folks would have to add afterwards. We built that right into the case. And as far as a backhaul, Ethernet is an option, or if you want to do wireless 3G, 4G, we have a variant for that as well. And of course, I mentioned earlier, all of this can be upgraded remotely, software updates, operations, administration, all done through with using our tools, and we offer that to our customers. Next slide. Now, this is the one I'm really excited about. This is a new product. It's the Kona Macro EX. So we have a macro, but this is the hazardous certified one. I really want to say how this is very unique at this moment. This is a Zone 1, Division 1 ATEX certified device. Very unique. There's nothing in the marketplace like this. You can see it's built like almost like a tank. It's bolts all the way around, aluminum case. It's built pretty substantially. Um, as well as it comes with the cavity filter, so we're able to block out RF that's not part of the design. But also the fourth bullet, I want to really highlight, this has a new radio technology embedded in it. The low noise figure and the low oscillating phase noise are functionality and features that allow it to get the cleanest signal, keeping the device tuned into the frequency. So it provides an optimum wireless scenario, especially when you're in a scenario where there's a lot of background RF, a lot of other signal that can interfere. This device can connect and stay stable. Again, same Ethernet, 3G, 4G backhaul, and of course, ability to manage this remotely is definitely a plus in this model. Again, this is new to us. Very excited about it. Um, Again, I talked to you earlier about the use case. I mean, the portfolio. We have devices that fit every unique use case. Oil, gas, chemical is probably the predominant customers in this market. I live in Texas, so oil and gas, chemical processing, pretty standard. Mining, there's also needs for mining and pharmaceutical manufacturing. So whatever your particular use case, we have a gateway that will provide you that type of hazardous connectivity in those locations. Next slide, please. Okay, part of the difficulty, again, seen with putting wireless inside of a large metal facility like a chemical plant, is you have weak signal, no signal. All this metal ends up being an RF Faraday cage blocking signal when it's concrete materials in the way that are kind of blocking that signal. We all know LoRaWAN was designed to reach a long distance, but again, having something located offsite or in this property, especially, can be very cumbersome. There are things like RF path loss, shadowing, and then there are customers that will take a gateway and encapsulate it in an enclosure, and that reduces the performance. This is something that Tektelic can solve for. Our portfolio of devices can eliminate a lot of these concerns, things that you'll experience in those environments. Next slide, please. Okay, again, Tektelic is the leader in this space. You can deploy your devices in those areas where you have signal loss. You don't have to locate that gateway far outside of that perimeter. With our new Kona Macro or the Mega EX, you're able to locate it in the location nearest to all your devices, eliminate the need for any type of additional equipment or to extend power. We can put it right near where the source, where the data is being captured. We offer a ton of diversity to improve that as well. And again, understanding the fact that we're the leader in the space and building in uh, cavity filters to block out RF that has nothing to do with your operations is key, because you don't have to deploy as many gateways to cover that same geography as you would, say, if it were Wi-Fi or some other IoT wireless solution that doesn't have those advantages.